Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Me's My Passion, YouTube's premier channel about all things women's football. And today, in fact, the next series of videos that I'm going to be releasing are going to be focused solely around transfers, around the top leagues in the world, aka in Europe, because that's where the most coverage is given. So I'll be covering primarily England, Italy, France, Spain, and Germany, pretty much the top 5 leagues there. And this here on the men's side, as which you know that the Netherlands is a bigger league than France. Don't blame me, below the UEFA coefficients, but that's a different story for another day here. So without further ado, let's get started here. We're gonna start with England here, and this will be the main focus of today's video. The next few videos will be focusing on the other countries as we go by. These are the biggest transfers that I could find for as many teams as possible. I have not covered every single team and every single transfer, so please don't kill me for that. I just found what I could based on the information available to me. And another disclaimer for pretty much the entirety of all these transfers, they're either going to be undisclosed fees for the transfers themselves, or they'll have been transfers done on a Bosman here, aka free transfers. I don't know why the information is kept hidden. I think maybe it's because of the lack of a Fabrizio Romano type kind of profile or that much transfer coverage in the women's game. But yeah, so yeah, without any further ado, let's get into this here, and we'll start with Arsenal. Now, the Gunners have been recruiting nothing but winners so far in this transfer window, and all four of their signings so far have all appeared at the World Cup. And we'll start with their latest signing, which they announced yesterday at the time of recording, and that is Laia Codina from Barcelona here. And Codina was born in 2000, and in the last season for Barcelona, she kept an astonishing 9 clean sheets in 13 games in the league for the Blaugrana here. And of course, Codina was part of the World Cup winning squad in Spain, and she played in 4 of those matches at the World Cup and even scored in the knockouts for Switzerland here. And somewhat cruelly, she scored 2 goals, of course, 1 proper goal, 1 own goal, but there's no need to talk about that. She's a World Cup winner, and no one is ever going to remember that own goal because, again, she's a World Cup winner. So that is the first transfer of the season. Well, first transfer for Arsenal here. And the second one was Chloe Lacasse from Benfica. She was born in 1993. She represents Canada and was there for Canada at the Women's World Cup here. And her previous team was Benfica, of course, where in 74 appearances she scored 70 goals. So Arsenal are definitely adding some firepower there, some experience and seasoned firepower in Chloe Lacasse. Their next signing is Amanda Illestedt, who, even though she is a defender, if you were keeping up with the World Cup or even just follow the coverage that I was providing over the course of the World Cup, she's going to be some extra firepower, but this time from the back line here, as she's joined from PSG. She was born in 1993, and she scored 4 goals and 7 appearances for Sweden at the World Cup. And in terms of clean sheets, she managed to keep 9 clean sheets in 15 games last season for PSG. Of course, these games are for the league, so she's also a former Bundesliga winner with Bayern Munich. That was the team that she played for before joining PSG and summarily joining Arsenal. So a seasoned veteran at the back of the line there for Arsenal, who knows a thing or two about scoring goals and of course winning silverware. And finally, the last major transfer for Arsenal is of course none other than Alessia Russo. The former Manchester United player joins the Gunners on a free when she was born in 1999 and managed to score 3 goals and 7 appearances for the Three Lionesses at the World Cup here, famously in the Lionesses win 3-1 over the Matildas down under there. And last season for Manchester United, she managed to bag herself 10 goals in 20 games, and she is also a Euros and Finalissima winner also with England. Now going over next to Aston Villa, who somehow have bagged themselves a very good talent here in Daphne van Domselaar. Yes, the number 1 shot stopper for the Netherlands has signed for the Villains here from 20 for, again, an undisclosed fee. She was born in 2000. She is undeniably the talisman in between the sticks for the Netherlands here, and she's pretty much completed Dutch Football 20, where she's won pretty much every silverware up for grabs here. And last season in the Eredivisie, she managed to keep 15 clean sheets out of 20 games. Now that is an impressive statistic on its own here. And now it's just a question of seeing, will she be able to carry that form over into the WSL, where she's going to be facing much stiffer competition? My guess is yes. But anyway, those are the signings from Aston Villa so far. And over to Brighton and Hove Albion, who have signed legendary player Pauline Bremer, who was born in 1996, and last season where she played at Wolfsburg, she managed to chip in with 12 goal contributions, and she's also a former Manchester City and Lyon player, the latter of which she won 2 Women's Champions Leagues with. So Brighton Hove definitely adding some experience to their squad here as they continue their voyage in the WSL this season, and will look to not only maintain survival but even just challenge a little bit of the establishment. Who knows? With the likes of Pauline Bremer, they definitely have a shot at doing that. But now over to the next team, we have Chelsea, who have signed Katerina Macario on a free from Olympique Lyonnais. Macario was born in 1999, and unfortunately last season she was out due to an ACL injury. She was one of the many victims of ACL injuries across the women's game last season. But the previous season before that, while she was still in Lyon in 21-22, she managed to come up with an astonishing 36 goal contributions and 36 appearances for Lyon across the board, and she's also a UWCL winner with Olympique Lyonnais. Olympique Lyonnais, just in general, they're very well accustomed to winning the Women's Champions League. They're pretty much never threatened with winning it, except in recent times where Barcelona have come up out of nowhere to challenge their dominance with the previous ones that they've had. But generally across this video and the next few videos I'll be releasing, when you hear Olympique Lyonnais, take a shot if you do drink, or even just a shot of water, because that's the healthier alternative whenever I tell you that a former Olympique Lyonnais player has won a Women's Champions League, because that's just how dominant they are in the competition. But anyway, moving on from Macario here, we have Ashley Lawrence, who was also on display at the Women's World Cup, but this time for Canada, has joined the Blues, but this time from PSG. Now, Lawrence was born in 1995, and she's a league and cup winner with Paris Saint-Germain, and she is pretty much a huge attacking threat and good distributor of the ball, especially when going into the attacking third of the pitch here for a team. She loves to get into dangerous positions and just cause so many problems with opposition defense. So she's definitely going to be another good weapon to have on show for Emma Hayes' team, and will definitely be looking to make her mark in the Women's Super League here in England. And finally, the final signing for Chelsea here is Maya Fischel, born in 2001. Very young player for the now and also for the future here, as she is a prolific goal scorer, as in her last season for Tigres, she made 48 appearances across the board and managed to score 38 goals. So that just goes to show you the level of player that she is, and is on her way to becoming here. And she is rumored to be one of the most expensive signings ever in women's football, as she was signed for a reported $250,000 US, but again, that hasn't been officialized, so it's pretty much hearsay at this rate. But Chelsea definitely have bagged themselves a gem, and it just goes to show that the spending on young stars is not only on the men's side but also on the women's side here. But anyway, moving on from Chelsea, we have Leicester City. Yes, one of the Leicester teams on the top division, and it's not the men, surprise surprise, as they have signed Janice Cayman from Olympique Lyonnais, and this is where the shots come in here. Born in 1988, Cayman is a treble winner and a Women's Champions League winner with Lyonnais. She's pretty much a veteran of the game here, across 10 clubs where she has just been a very good servant to each of those clubs and been a very good player in general. And for her national team, Belgium, she has 138 caps, whom she has 48 goals for. So she is definitely a good hand for the Leicester City team here, to just lead them and provide guidance to the young players that she'll be sharing a locker room with. So that is Janice Cayman signing for the Foxes here. And next we have Manchester City, who have signed former Arsenal player Jill Roord from Wolfsburg here. Now, born in 1997, Jill Roord is pretty much one of the best midfielders in the women's game, bar none. And in 39 appearances for Wolfsburg here for the domestic season of Frauen Bundesliga, she managed to get herself 16 goals, and she's a Bundesliga winner as well as a Euros winner and a Women's Champions League winner with the Netherlands and Wolfsburg. For once, you don't have to take a shot because it's not Olympic Lyonnais here. But moving on from the citizens, we have the Red Devils themselves, who recently signed Geise. I hope that's how you pronounce it. If it's not, if any of my viewers are from Brazil or know how to pronounce her name, please do leave it in the comments so I can do it justice. But anyway, Man U have signed Geise from Barcelona for again an undisclosed fee. She was born in 1998. She's a prolific goal scorer also here, where in 112 appearances since 2018 she has managed to bag herself a whopping 89 goals here, and she is also a treble winner with Barcelona, which includes a Women's Champions League here. And finally, for the Red Devils, they're not only purchasing players to help with their present team, but also they're purchasing players for the future of the club here, as they have signed Emma Watson. No, not that one, put down the ones for Harry Potter fans, but they have signed Emma Watson from Rangers here, the Scottish-born star, born in 2006, and has made 39 appearances for Rangers, where she managed to chip in with 2 goals from midfield for them. And funny enough, she's more of a prolific goal scorer with Scotland, who first capped her this year in 2023, and in 4 appearances so far for her national team, she has bagged 3 goals. So definitely another good signing for the future there by Manchester United. And we will round this video off with Tottenham Hotspur here. Yes, Tottenham DNA, do not achieve Spurs, have signed Luana Bühler from Hoffenheim here. Born in 1996, Bühler has maintained a very good account for herself in the backline of Hoffenheim over the years, as just last season she managed to bag herself 7 clean sheets across 17 games in the Frauen Bundesliga, and at a former club FC Zurich she is a league and cup double winner. So definitely an experienced player with loads of experience that will definitely hopefully rub off on her fellow teammates in the backline for Spurs going forward here. And those are just some of the many transfers that have transpired in England here for the different teams that we have outlined in this video. What do you think of these signings, and what do you think they'll bring to their respective teams? I think that so far Arsenal have done the best business here in terms of recruiting players. I do think that they maybe need to add just one more player to their defense, but Coutinho is a very good player on her own, because the Arsenal squad now with those 4 additions are looking very stacked. And same for Chelsea. The 3 players that Chelsea also brought in definitely make them strong contenders for retaining their WSL title here, and it's just definitely shaping up to be some very good seasons for these teams and their new purchases. But anyway, please leave your thoughts in the comments below. Please make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.